What do we take out of the Cowboys win then against San Francisco? What do you take out of that?
Same thing again. They're coming off a bye week. They lost 2 games, right? And the questions coming into the season, can Dak and Zeke play? The offensive line, are they going to be just as good, losing their right tackle and their left guard and their young defense? Can they actually play? You know what? The last 3 games, Dak, Ezekiel, you can see they're running the ball very well. The offensive line's blocking, sort of controlling the trenches. And they just got back Sean Lee. And then they were worried about Jalen Smith. Can he play? Because with Hitchens, both of those guys hurt, he came in and started playing well. And so now you can see they're starting to get their identity back, especially from the bye week and saying, hey, we can be a contender in the NFC East and play well. Because you think about DeMarcus Lawrence, I don't even know where he came from. How many sacks he have right now?
Well, I mean, he had that game in Arizona that he kind of single-handedly won that game in a way.
Yeah.
There was a touchdown that was taken off the board because he drew a holding penalty on it, just on a 3-man rush.
Right.
He was an animal.
And now you got David Irvin back, Tyron Crawford, those guys, and Taco. He just needs to bring it along. To do what he needs to do. And I feel like they can win games from that. But from that game, my take from that game, they've got their identity. And they can win games if they stay on the right path.
Yeah, I mean they're first of 2 against the Redskins, who are 3-3. I mean that is a big, huge game with the Eagles again, as I mentioned, sitting there at 6-1. The Cowboys right now are 9th in the conference, and they're not going to win this division. So the question is, the path to the playoffs, they've got to be better than either the Seahawks or the Rams. And they've already lost to the Rams.
Right.
They've got to be better than the Packers or the Panthers. They've already lost to the Packers, but the Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And then who knows what happens with the Lions, who are sitting right there at 3-3.
You don't know, and it's a hard door to open up. And the thing is, they can't make any mistakes during this season because you see what you're up against. You got Philly that's probably already won the NFC East, right?
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing well enough to win games, even though, Jason Peters and, Jordan Hicks, they got hurt, but they still have a good team that can still win. And you talk about the game last night. It was big. Look how well they played. Even though those guys came out of the game, they played well.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.